us your precious time. Sir, I have two questions. If you give me permission to ask, I will ask. Sir, my first question is that what is more important for humanity or religion? My second question is that sir, as you know, Pakistani society is a male-dominant society. Islam gives us rights. Islam gives us many rights to women, but 95% of Pakistani female faces domestic violence, honor killing, harassment, and many more. So, sir, what is your stance on this, and how can, by Islamic rules, we can stop this? Is it possible or not? Thank you, sir.
Should I say in her language or my language?
Her language.
Pashto ki hua?
English ko hua.
Na ko Pashto bani puri kana. Pashto bani puri. Okay. So, what was the first question I want to ask you? That you were focusing or you do not? Only one person. Okay. So anyhow, as I mentioned, maybe you have got the idea from my words that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created human. Another word I want to add to it, and that is that Allah told the messengers that I have created man, just go and make them human. You will memorize it? I have created man, just go and make them human. Let me give you another example. That I have made up a pitcher and just go fill it up with those soft drinking water. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the messenger. And number two, as I mentioned this ayah there, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says regarding kuffar and mushrikeen, those who were torturing mentally the messenger concerned, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ulaika kal an'am, balu mazal, their structure was looking like a human and they were considered human. But Allah said they are worse than animal. They are worse than. That's number two. And number three, actually this type of talk is going on all over the world because of secular concept. Because in secularism, they say humanity is prior to religion. We say maybe that is prior to other religion but not to Islam. Why? Because Islam is doing advocacy of humanity. Islam is the religion of humanity. And the second question of my daughter, that was supporting my idea, that Islam has given us lot of rights. And rights are for humans. And the source of right is not a constitution, not a law or any other source. In Islamic, I have written a book, and that book is named as Islamic Politics, or Islam and Politics. So in that book of mine, I have written there the rights. So in the very beginning, I have mentioned, source of human rights is the entity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Neither I have given these rights to the human, nor anybody else, nor the constitution of anybody, of any country, or not even the human charter of UNO or League of Nations. But these rights have been given by Allah, the sole creator of humanity. And that's why if the human are not given their due rights, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put those who are the oppressors to question, and He will punish them accordingly. So I think the idea is very much clear. But in the second question, she said that Pakistani society. This is not the case of Pakistani society only. You are learned daughter of mine. Maybe you have studied the history of Europe and the history of America. They passed through all these processes. We are passing now. These are ittifaqat, this is natural system. They have done all these wrongs to the human as well as especially to the woman. But through a process, they approached such a stage that now they are providing them their due rights. We are processing through that. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provide us such like guides and such like leaders who should be advocates of these rights. Then everybody's due right will be safe and sound. Inshallah, I'm very much sure. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.